This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Memorial Day Monday. I'm Beth Jones. There is plenty of parade fun to get to, but first, all United States and Maine state flags were ordered lowered to half-staff until noon today to honor and recognize America's fallen service members. Governor Janet Mills said, quote, "Throughout history, Maine people have always answered their nation's call to serve. Whenever our nation has been tested, brave men and women from Maine have stepped forward to shoulder the responsibility of protecting our cherished rights and freedom," end quote. And to that end, veterans and their loved ones, community members as well, gathering in Mount Hope Cemetery to remember the 246 Maine lives lost during the Korean War. Our Doug Banks takes us to the State of Maine Korean War Memorial in Bangor.
They've asked me to speak and talk about a little bit about the Korean War and what I remember and will never forget.
Since July 29th, 1995, the State of Maine Korean War Memorial has been proudly displayed in the center of Bangor's Mount Hope Cemetery. On Monday, veterans and members of the public honored 246 Maine lives. Veterans shared stories of their time between 1950 and 1953.
Looking back in the past, and you think of all the wars that we've seen in this country, and I remember my father, who was in First World War I and served on the battleship New York. And then along come World War II, and my brother was on an aircraft carrier in the Pacific. And now here I am. Been in the Korean War, so it's something you never forget.
While the names of the fallen were read aloud, Cameron looked ahead, hoping veterans of the Korean War will come together.
Veterans of this Korean War are getting along in age, and I would hope that all the men that have been in Korea since and still are there, and we call it the Defense of Korea, I'm in hopes they might join this organization that we have and keep it going.
In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Community members also gathering at the Coal Land Transportation Museum during their annual Memorial Day service. Each year, the museum holds a service to honor Maine veterans, both past and present. This year, the memorial featured a color guard presentation from the Herman High School JROTC and a keynote speech from Brigadier General Diane Dunn of the Maine National Guard. Organizers say it is vital we continue to acknowledge why we gather on this day.
So it's important for us to remember that it's not just barbecues and cookouts, that there's a reason we have a Memorial Day, and that there's a reason that we have the freedoms and we're able to have the customs that we have. And it's because those men and women that gave their lives for our country.
Even on a rainy day, it's important to see all of our community members that were lining the streets of Bangor for the parade, and now here with a parking lot that's overflowing for people that are here, and understand that the importance of those that made that sacrifice.
Well, 3,168 flags were placed outside the museum, each representing a military member from Maine who was killed during World War II, Korea, or the Vietnam War. The ceremony concluded with a wreath laying at each memorial site presented by veterans who served in those wars. To learn more about the museum, you can visit their website at coalmuseum.org. Well, in Bangor, the Memorial Day Parade is organized each year by members of the Bangor ROTC program. Our Grace Blanchard takes us downtown for the celebration.
Hundreds lined the streets of downtown Bangor, waving their flags and thanking those who served as the annual Memorial Day Parade kicked off on Exchange Street.
We've been doing this for a number of years, and folks are lined up in spite of some of the clouds here above us. It's a good way to recognize our veterans and those who have served over the weekend and enjoy the holiday.
Leading the way were members of the Greater Bangor Marine Corps League with the Color Guard presentation.
As long as the legs keep working, I'll keep doing it. This is a nice occasion, a day to remember service people.
For some, this is their first time at the parade.
Happy Memorial Day!
But for others, the event has become a tradition.
We came to the parade. We come every year, and we always stand right here.
The parade was organized by the Bangor ROTC program and concluded with a ceremony at Davenport Park, reminding community members of the true reason behind the holiday.
So we think of Memorial Day as sort of the official kickoff to summer, right? So the families are starting to break out the grills, we're having fun out in the lawn, we're having a good time. And it's easy to forget why we have all those freedoms. And we take today to remember the men and women who gave us the ability to enjoy these days like today.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, Newport's Memorial Day parade was going to happen rain or shine, according to one organizer, and they certainly were true to their word. Members of American Legion Post 105, along with Troop and PAC 63 and local first responders, all made their way down Main Street. With music by Nokomis Regional Middle School, the parade marched to the town's Veterans Memorial for a wreath-laying ceremony there, a gun salute, and a ceremony to honor Sergeant Donald Skidgel, a Medal of Honor recipient who died in Vietnam.
We need to represent our people, our townsfolk, the place where our veterans came from. And this is our way to give back a little bit and to let them show us their pride that they can't show us every day.
Post 105 would also like people to know about their Hometown Hero banners displayed throughout Newport. The banners represent honorably discharged local veterans who've passed away. The banners will be up until just after Veterans Day, and to learn more, you can visit our website, foxbangor.com. Alrighty, folks, well, let's hit pause here, peek outside, and see what the rest of our Memorial Day is going to look like.
Thank you so much, Beth. Our first weather today is brought to you by Acres Away Real Estate. Located at 309 West Broadway in Lincoln, call Alan, Bobby Lynn, or Kara to help guide you through the buying or selling process. 794-2700. And very warm out there, closer to Texas. Check this out. Hundreds down by St. Angelo, closer to Dallas into Houston. We are talking mid-90s outside, even all the way up into Oklahoma. Little Rock, you are looking at temperatures in those lower 90s. For us, though, not quite as warm. We do have a little bit of a breeze that is bringing out some small craft advisories in effect till around 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Might continue to get extended. We'll keep an eye on things. Now, other than that, not too bad. A good amount of clouds outside. We are talking more rain, even some thunderstorms overnight tonight into the day tomorrow, so don't forget those umbrellas. For now, though, visibilities aren't too bad at around 10 miles, but just west of town, down and definitely limited. Overnight tonight, though, we're going to continue to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures in those upper 50s.
Alrighty, Conrad, thank you. And coming up on ABC7 News at 6, our Jody Hersey highlights this year's recipient of the 2024 Women-Owned Business of the Year. And the IRS announcing it's extending one of its free programs through the year 2029. We'll have those stories and much more as ABC7 News at 6 continues.
Ever wish you could put a different spin on things? Play the Golden Spin Instant Ticket from the main lottery and you could win a trip to Las Vegas. Enter your non-winning tickets for a chance to win a trip to the Golden Nugget Casino and up to $250,000 at the Tri-State Golden Spin event. Why just spin your wheels when you could go to Vegas for the spin of a lifetime?
While politicians talked, President Trump fought for working people. He took on China and secured the border. I'm Austin Terrio, former NASCAR driver and small business owner. I'm proud to have President Trump's endorsement. Together we'll secure the border, stop Biden's electric vehicle mandate, and bring back American manufacturing. I'll fight to make sure our best days are ahead.
Endorsed by President Trump. Austin Terrio for Congress.
I'm Austin Terrio, and I approve this message.
Great Scott! This is Green Bay 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
Spring is here. And now is the time to call Hickory Dickory Decks for your new deck, sunroom, or enclosed porch. They specialize in custom outdoor living and making your dream oasis a reality. See for yourself how Hickory Dickory Decks can transform your existing porch into a 3-season Sunspace sunroom. Call Hickory Dickory Decks now for your free estimate. And enjoy life outdoors.
Today, remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Welcome back. Tiller and Rye in Brewer has been open for 9 years now, and this local grocery store carries food and products from area farms and producers, which is something the owners wanted to do from day one. As Jody Hersey tells us, supplying shoppers with Maine-made items is just one of the many reasons this company was named the 2024 Women-Owned Business of the Year.
It's kind of humbling, you know, we don't make a product, we didn't innovate anything, we just sell the brilliance of other Maine producers.
Sarah Morneau and Lindsay Levesque are the co-owners of Tiller and Rye, the Maine Small Business Administration's 2024 Women-Owned Business of the Year, something the duo never imagined when they opened their company in Brewer on April Fool's Day in 2015.
Lindsay and I each had 2 children within the time of opening this, and our general manager had 2 children. So all the kids grew up here in the office in pack and plays and running around the aisles. So they definitely have witnessed work, but also how work and family life can balance.
The SBA's Maine District Director, Diane Sturgeon, says the owner's work-life balance made Tiller and Rye stand out among the other nominees.
I'll tell you, the women-owned business category in Maine is probably one of the most challenging and competitive categories because we have so many great female-owned businesses. And Tiller and Rye really stood out because they have figured out the way to kind of balance not only their business, but their lives.
Promoting other small businesses and encouraging customers to buy and shop locally also helped Morneau and Levesque leave a lasting impression with the Maine SBA.
And we just get to be the middleman. We get to see the expression on our customers' faces when they are buying something where we know where it came from and we know how excited that producer will be to have their products sold.
In Brewer, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Doug Banks got to experience this year's annual Waterfront Block Party and highlight a local ministry for their contributions to the community. And in sports, Winterport Little League hosting their annual Memorial Day celebration, how this year may have been the biggest and best yet. We'll have that story right after the break.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
This Memorial Day, remember to honor the brave who sacrificed for our freedom. At the Furniture Gallery, we're here to help you create memorable moments at home. Add a new sofa, or a new recliner, or how about a new reclining sofa? Upgrade to a better night's sleep with a new mattress and get a free adjustable base. Completely transform your bedroom with a new Von Bassett bedroom set and save 20%. Join the Furniture Gallery this Memorial Day as we honor our heroes and offer unbeatable deals. Maine family-owned and operated, the Furniture Gallery.
The Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub is world-renowned for beautiful dining with a delicious view, featuring award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. It's a true destination dining experience. Relax and unwind in an intimate space with your loved ones, family, and friends. We are pet-friendly, so your furry friends are always welcome to join you at your table on the deck, whether it's a special occasion or any occasion. The Lucerne Inn is the perfect choice for your business or family gathering.
Hi, I'm Barry Gass, and my grandfather started Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear right here in Orono in 1911.
Just after World War II, my father ran the business for decades. Now, with my wife and wonderful staff, we are continuing the tradition of bringing the American West to Maine. Our authentic Western boots are handcrafted for comfort, style, work, and casual wear. Saddle up with our premium selection of top quality saddles. Top it off with the perfect hat from classic to modern ranch. Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Put a little more cash in your bag. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. First, some somber news in the basketball world. Former Celtic and one of the sport's most legendary big men, Bill Walton, has passed away. His family announcing in a statement Monday that the Hall of Fame center died after a battle with cancer. Walton, considered one of the best college players ever, 3-time National Player of the Year and 2-time national champion with UCLA. He later led the Portland Trail Blazers to the NBA title in 1977, winning league MVP the following year. After a stint with the Clippers, Walton was traded to the Celtics in 1985 and was a huge part of the 1986 championship team with 6th Man of the Year honors. Walton was 71 years old. All right, now let's go to the Celtics. The C's tonight have a chance to make their second NBA Finals in 3 years in Game 4 against the Indiana Pacers, coming off the heels of an incredible comeback on Saturday. In Game 3, Boston was down 18 in the third quarter and 8 with under 3 minutes to go, but still got it done, winning 114-111 after Drew Holiday got the go-ahead and 1 bucket, plus the game-clinching steal. The team saying the comeback came down to them knowing they can send the Pacers home early and just having fun with it all.
Our group, understands the opportunity we have in front of us, and we really wanted to give ourselves the best chance, and we didn't waver.
Once we embraced the fact that we were down double digits on the road in Game 3, I thought it was pretty fun. You have to be able to win in different ways. You have to be able to get through certain stuff, and I thought our guys did a great job getting through it.
We'll have highlights of that game later. Now let's go to the baseball diamond. Memorial Day means baseball in Winterport for Winterport Little League's annual Memorial Day celebration. It's always special, but this year they kicked it up a notch. A decades-long tradition continued Monday as Winterport Little League Baseball hosted their annual Memorial Day celebration.
We get to walk in the parades, and then we get to come here and hang out with all our friends, and then we get to play baseball. It's the funnest part of the day. Along with the action on the diamond, there were all-day concessions plus yard games for everyone to play, all part of an effort to make the event bigger and better than ever.
And I say we had success. I have a lot of gratitude. I'm very overwhelmed with the community's turnout today. Feels good.
The day was made even greater by the 1963 Winterport team that won the Waldo County Championships, reuniting 61 years after their big win.
It was nice to see everyone again and catch up, and yeah, we were hashing over some old stories.
It's just pretty cool to know that there were people that played this before you and that they're still coming out and doing what they can to support.
When you're a part of Winterport Little League, you really never leave it. And it's a huge point of pride for these former players to see the tradition lives on.
The events back in the day, there was a huge barbecue, and we would have a triple header similar to what they're having today. And it just always brought folks together. It's just nice to see that tradition stay strong.
Besides bringing the community together and giving the players a chance to show their stuff, Winterport Little League hopes that the event will encourage kids to give it a try for the better of everyone.
I think Yogi Berra said it best when he said that Little League is a great sport because it keeps parents off the streets.
But above all, they hope people don't forget why we celebrate Memorial Day. Local scouts raising the flags, veterans joining the players on field in pregame, an atmosphere of remembrance and gratitude.
Well, I just think it's cool, that they all just fought for us, and we get to celebrate them today. It's just awesome to know that there are people that would sacrifice their lives to serve for this country and this community.
Had such a fun time there today. That's all the time we have for sports. Here's your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Our Maine weather today is brought to you by Big Pine Painting, the #1 family-owned and operated painting company serving Bangor and Belfast and surrounding areas. For all your paint, drywall, and pressure washing needs, call today for your free estimates. And look at all of this rain. Of course, it has to go somewhere, right? And it's going to head our way just like that, right up the eastern seaboard, right into Maine. Of course, where we're at overnight tonight into the day tomorrow, and that rain will be picking up in intensity, especially by early tomorrow morning. For now, though, we are looking at scattered showers here and there. Other than that, it's still sticking around on the light end. Cloudy skies, of course, and then it will pick up in intensity overnight, especially by those early morning hours tomorrow. And then throughout the day tomorrow, mainly seeing those scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Then finally starting to clear up slowly with a few lingering sprinkles middle of the week. Now, pretty gusty winds in some spots. Look at this pocket of some stronger winds right in town. We're looking at a 17-mile-per-hour wind, a little bit lighter by Bar Harbor into Machias, Rockland. You are looking at a 13-mile-per-hour sustained wind with wind gusts closer to 25 miles per hour. So some pretty gusty winds out there for today. Tomorrow morning, we are looking at pretty gusty winds, and then finally improving throughout the afternoon to evening hours tomorrow. By Wednesday, even better, and winds will continue to die down. Now, high temperatures, though, not quite as warm as what we saw a couple of days ago. Look at this. 60 out there as a high today. Mid-50s right at the coast. Up north, of course, Millinocket, Greenville, back into the 50s. So mainly seeing 50s all over the state throughout the day today. Definitely a lot cooler than what we experienced just a couple of days ago. Our average is right around that 70-degree mark, so today below average. And then look at Tuesday into Wednesday, we're going to be above average. A little bit cooler Thursday and Friday, and then right back up into the 70s by the weekend. Now for tonight, though, we are looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area. Temperatures around 54 degrees and still some gusty winds. And now for tomorrow, though, we are looking at temperatures closer to average, around 71 degrees, mostly cloudy, and some scattered showers will still be in the area, maybe a rumble, a thunder or two. Other than that, most of those thunderstorms will be overnight. Still some pretty gusty winds out there for tomorrow. Our extended forecast outlook does get much better. Look at Wednesday, around 74 degrees, partly cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles left over for Thursday. Other than that, we're going to be dry. By Friday, we're dry. Saturday, it looks like we're going to see some partly cloudy skies. Temperature-wise, though, finally working its way back into those lower 70s. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thank you so much. And there is still more to come, folks. Keep it right here.
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is WVII Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At WVII Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
Long-term care insurance can be expensive, and it is a use it or lose it policy. Is this still how long-term care works today?
In the traditional sense, when you're buying a traditional long-term care insurance, it's a use it or lose it, like your home insurance. You're paying a premium to your home insurance, and if your house burns down, glad you have it. If your house doesn't burn down and you don't use the insurance, it's use it or lose it, okay? You've paid all those premiums, but you did that.
While politicians talked, President Trump fought for working people. He took on China and secured the border. I'm Austin Terrio, former NASCAR driver and small business owner. I'm proud to have President Trump's endorsement. Together we'll secure the border, stop Biden's electric vehicle mandate, and bring back American manufacturing. I'll fight to make sure our best days are ahead.
Endorsed by President Trump. Austin Terrio for Congress.
I'm Austin Terrio, and I approve this message.
When it comes to the whole home heat pump rebates from Efficiency Maine, there's money on the table for everyone, and the experts at Valley Home Services are here to help you get your share. Even if you received a rebate in the past, you can still take advantage of this program with a new Fujitsu heat pump for your whole house. And no matter your income, there's a rebate for you. Let the folks at Valley Home Services lay out a Fujitsu heat pump plan for you so you can start saving on heating and cooling for your home. Don't leave money on the table. Call Valley Home Services today and get your rebate instantly.
Welcome back. The free government tax filing service is coming back for some consumers. The Internal Revenue Service says its free file program has been extended through 2029. The IRS says the software was used by about 2.9 million taxpayers as of May 11th. The agency says that is a 7.3% increase compared to the same time last year. Consumers with an adjusted gross income of $79,000 or less are eligible for free file. The agency is also testing a new program called Direct File for taxpayers to file directly through the IRS in 13 states. So a handy tool there for some of us. Well, speaking of Memorial Day, back to the holiday, the fun didn't stop with parades. Following Bangor's parade, the annual waterfront block party offered free food, great music, and an opportunity for the community to gather together. Hosted by local soup kitchen and food pantry Mana, the 4-hour-long event featured 2 bands from a local chapel and resources from Stop Addiction New England.
We've got one thing in common, Memorial Day. Let's celebrate the people that went before us that made this country free, because that's what it's all about, is we're thanking our service people that didn't come home and thanking those that are still fighting for us. It's freedom, and we have freedom through our soldiers and through Jesus.
The event also highlighted the group's new location at 95 Jefferson Street, which was finally established after a 2-year search for a new home for them. Well, finally tonight, have you ever done something dangerous just for the thrill of it? Well, that's exactly what one of our morning anchors did on Wednesday. Our own Emma Smith takes us to Lebanon to literally jump out of a plane.
Physics teaches us that a free fall is when an object is falling under the sole influence of gravity. And I was that object on Wednesday at Skydive New England, when myself and busloads of MIT students took the leap and experienced a tandem free fall, hurling ourselves from a plane, falling at the average speed of 120 miles per hour.
Honestly, my mind shut off for like 15 seconds, and then when the parachute opened and we were past the clouds, then it was just more about looking at the scenery.
And it's okay for participants' minds to shut off, because the folks at Skydive New England are the pros.
We are the biggest skydiving center in all of New England, so especially in Maine. And so people come from all over to experience our facilities and the airplane that we jump out of. We have a special airplane that takes you all the way up to 14,000 or even 18,000 feet, so you can get the highest skydiving experience in the country here.
But don't let that daunt you, because you're not the one in control while falling.
It's my job to make sure we bring everyone back down to the ground safely.
What got you into the sport?
I started military back in 2008. I was an airborne paratrooper. I got out, went to culinary school, and they gave me a weekend off so I could go ahead and try civilian skydiving, and I haven't left since.
So when I got up in that plane, I knew I was in good hands. But still, it's impossible to rationalize for a first-timer like myself. It's a fall that took multiple minutes and was about 2 miles long. Crab walking from the seat of the plane with a guy named Tom strapped to my back. My heart was in my throat, head in the sky, and extremities like a hallucination. And then the fall. Tom gave me no warning. We just slipped into the wind with all its deafening glory. I had no control anymore. Tom was the one in control. And if you've ever considered taking the free fall for yourself, take some advice from a 31-year veteran of the sport.
Life goes by quick. Don't let it pass you by.
In Lebanon, I'm Emma Smith for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Oh, Emma, you are my hero. Good Lord, that looked amazing, terrifying, all of the things. Our thanks to Emma for that very special report. Well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast across all of television.
Dealer events and equipment rental in
for the amount of $433. We're finished. Thank you.
Excuse me, step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
The bank started calling me in November.
I didn't spend all the money that she claims that I did.
And I didn't understand why, because I had just given Beth the bills. I hadn't even looked at them.
I never even received a bill like she claimed. She would tell me about it and I would just call and make a payment.
And I was pretty much appalled when I did open the one in November and saw it to be $5,800 some dollars.
I honestly have no idea who racked up the charges, whether it had been her or, my sister-in-law.
And I don't think they really realized the amount that it was coming to.
So it was really unsettling that she tried to do that.
When they did order the pictures and purchase them with my credit card.
On my side, I kind of just want to part my ways with them.
I just hope it works out for the family. I hope we can get this bill taken care of.
And just have my own family and be happy.
And get back to the way it was.
Coming up, those who made the ultimate sacrifice are honored at Memorial Day ceremonies across our region. Plus, parades bring excitement and fun to many communities as we celebrate the Memorial Day holiday. And our own Emma Smith takes the plunge literally. We will watch it happen. Those stories and more just ahead.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Memorial Day Monday. I'm Beth Jones. There is certainly plenty of parade fun to get to, but first, all United States and Maine state flags were ordered lowered to half-staff until noon today to honor and recognize America's fallen service members. Governor Janet Mills said, quote, "Throughout history, Maine people have always answered their nation's call to serve. Whenever our nation has been tested, brave men and women from Maine have stepped forward to shoulder